table when the summer storms came in, counting seconds after thunder, waiting for the light again. Bare feet cold against the floorboards, rain ran silver down the glass. Somehow all the world felt safer, knowing every storm would pass. Now the nights can feel much louder, even when the house is still. Thoughts can climb around the ceiling long after the rain has gone. Then that old room comes back softly, a warm lamp glowing by the stairs. And the child I was reminds me not every fear needs an answer. Some old comfort travels far, quiet as a porch light star. There's a calm I carried forward from those long and rainy nights, from the hands that pulled me closer, from the small familiar lights. When the world feels hard to hold, something gentle still comes home. Morning finds the window clear, bird song where the storm had been all these years. That little piece has been growing quietly. There's a calm I carried forward from those long and rainy nights, when the world feels hard to hold. Something gentle still comes home.
The first light comes across the floor. Dust turns gold beside the door. One old clock above the chair keeps its small sound in the air. Years ago I needed more, some clear reason, some short. Now the morning feels enough, simple, quiet, close and rough. Some old plans have lost their shape, some were changed and some escaped. Still the days keep coming through with a softer kind of truth. Maybe growing is this plain, learning how to live with change. Maybe meaning comes more slow in the life we come to know. The years move on, the room stays warm. Nothing asks me to transform. This is enough for today. Light on the wall, rain on the way. No big answer, no grand view, just a little life coming through. Maybe meaning isn't far, maybe it is where we are. Evening settles by the glass, one more quiet hour has passed. Nothing solved and nothing gone, still the day has carried on. This is enough for today. Light on the wall, rain on the way.
bus comes down the hill, your bedroom window glowing still. A paper bag, a woolen coat, one small key inside my pocket. The town looks smaller through the glass as every corner starts to pass. Years ago this road felt wide, now it feels like saying goodbye. By the school grew tall, new paint covers the old hall. Friends have moved and shops have changed, even street names feel rearranged. Still the heart remembers how home once meant one place, one house. Growing older taught me slow, some homes leave before we go. The years move on, the road moves too, and both keep changing what feels true. Home gets farther, home gets near. Changes shape from year to year. Not the walls or where they stand, more the things we understand. Maybe growing up is knowing home can change and still keep going. Evening finds me miles away, in a room where I may stay. Nothing here looks like before, still I feel at home once more. Home gets farther, home gets near. Changes shape from year to year. Maybe growing up is knowing home can change and still keep going.
The diner shuts at 10:30. Chairs go upside down again. One last cup beside my hand, neon buzzing where I stand. No one waiting at the door, no place asking me for more. Outside rain has turned to mist, and the whole street feels like this. All day long I try to name what makes one life worth a days. Work gets done and money goes. People come and people grow. Now alone beneath the sun, nothing needs a grand design. Maybe meaning comes in parts, too small to notice while they start. A wet street shines beneath my feet. The empty hour feels complete. Last cup at the counter, no one left but me. Maybe life gets clearer when there's nothing left owner turns the backlight down. Mist hangs softly over town. Walking home without a word. Some small piece is all I heard. Last cup at the counter. No one left but me. Not an answer, not a plan, just enough to understand. Ooh, the barber knows my father's name, though I've been gone a dozen years. Main Street wears a newer face, but the courthouse clock is there. I came back for just 2 nights, one small bag beside the bed. Yet the town feels more like memory than the place inside my head. Been getting out past the limits of this town. Now I see the years have changed what I thought was holding me down. Home is not the younger self waiting where I left him last. It is knowing you can love what you've already outgrown. The clock strikes 6 across the square. Older time keeps moving, even when you're gone. Every street grows older, every life keeps carrying on. Coming back won't make you young, but it shows you where you're from. Maple shadows cross the brick. Evening settles warm and quick. Soon I'll leave this town again, loving what it was and what it is. Local time keeps moving, every life keeps carrying on. Coming back won't make you young, but it shows you where you're from. The highway hums beneath the rain. Headlights stretch across the plain. One hand warm around the wheel. One old song I almost feel. The town behind is out of sight. Fields run dark into the night. No clear reason why I left, just something pulling in my chest.
past the diner near the line. Coffee, steam, and yellow signs. Thought of turning back once more. Thought of that old kitchen door. But every mile keeps opening, like the road knows what I need. Maybe leaving is not the end. Maybe home can move and bend. The farther out these headlights roam, the more I know I'm still heading home. Still heading home, though I don't know where. Past open fields and midnight air. Maybe home is not behind. Maybe it changes with the mile. No need to turn, no need to know. Just keep the small light as I go. Morning waits beyond the dark. Some new road, some quiet start. Whatever town the daylight shows, I'll bring a little home there too. Still heading home, though I don't know where. Past open fields and morning air. No need to turn, no need to know. Just keep the small light as I go. No need to turn, no need to know. Just keep the small light as I go.
The chapel yard is wet with rain. One crow calling from the lane. No one else has come this far. Evening holds the first bright star. For years I thought that being still would make the silence hard to fill. Now the quiet feels less bare, like something kind is waiting there. Some nights faith feels far away. Some nights wonder comes to stay. Not in words or bells above, more like wind through fields I love. Maybe being here alone doesn't mean the world is gone. Maybe silence has a way of making room for what won't say. No voice arrives, no answer falls. Still the dark can hold it all. Alone beneath the evening with no need to understand. There is something in the quiet that I almost trust again. Not a promise, not a sign, just a little peace in being alive. Moonlight settles on the stone. Night grows deep and I stay alone. Nothing certain comes to me. Still the silence feels like company. Alone beneath the evening with no need to understand. There is something in the quiet that I almost trust again. Not a promise, not a sign, just a
rise through fields of hay, late sun leaning on the day. One small diner, one gaslight. They're nothing much for miles tonight. The radio fades in and out, static soft around the sound. No one waiting farther on, just the road before the dawn. For years I thought each smile should lead toward a place I had to need. Some bright town, some certain end, something waiting round the bend. Now the farther towns grow dim, the less I ask what this all means. Maybe motion has its grace when you stop demanding place. The lines roll on beneath the wheels, and that alone begins to heal. Just keep going west, let the daylight do the rest. No big answer up ahead, no right words that must be said. Some roads only ask you to stay awake and travel through. Night comes blue across the plain, headlights stretch along the rain. For a while the world feels clear, only road and engine near. Just keep going west, let the daylight do the rest. Some roads only ask you to stay awake and travel through.
The chapel door is locked at night. Rain runs silver through the light. Your name still rests inside my phone, though I know you won't come home. For months I waited for a sign, something clear, something divine. But the sky stayed dark and white, and gave no answer back to mine. And spring came early through the yard, green pushed up through broken parts. Birds returned above the eaves, wind moved softly through the leaves. Maybe faith is not a cure, or something made to make us sure. Ooh, maybe it is staying near to what we love and what we fear. No voice came Hold what you cannot explain. Hold the love without the name. Let the sorrow have its room. Let the green come through the gloom. Faith may only be this small. Still believe in love meant something at all. Explain. Hold the love without the name. Faith may only be this small. Still believe in love meant something at all. Years came in through little things, a deeper line, a quieter spring. Old friends moved to other towns. Some dreams stayed, some settled down. Once the future felt so clear, like a road that ended near. Now the sky feels wider still, full of questions, full of will. Faith was easier when young, simple words upon the tongue. Now belief is softer hands, less a rule and more a chance. Maybe grow and change his sight, makes more room for dark and light. Maybe wonder does not just learns a different shape. The older heart may doubt much more and still look up than years before. Growing into the unknown, learning you are not alone. Because the way is clear, not because the end is near, just because the years have shown. Wonder has a way of growing. Evening settles on the hill. One star waits above it still. Nothing promised, nothing still the heart keeps being moved. Growing into the unknown, learning you are not alone. Nothing promised, nothing proved, still the heart keeps being moved. House is mine for one more night. Dust turns gold in the hallway light. Most of the boxes left at noon.
Now every step fills up the room. The porch looks out across the field where evening makes the whole world still. No voices rise from down the hall, just wind against the garden wall. Tomorrow someone takes the key in this old place lets go of me. Funny how the quiet grows when there is almost nothing left to own. The rooms feel kind without their things. Bare walls, loose boards, a screen door swing. Maybe home was never loud. Maybe I can hear it better now. Before the morning takes me on, let me stay until the night is gone. One last quiet night at home, one last evening here alone. Let the old rooms breathe and rest, let them keep what I can't take next. No need for any long goodbye, just this house and this open sky. Take my name and someone new will light the flame. But tonight no leaving has begun. There's still this room and only one. One last quiet night at home, one last evening here at home. No need for any long goodbye, just this house and this open sky. The old swing leans behind the shed, rust along the chain gone red. We would push it past the sky, laughing hard and asking why. Grass grew high around our feet, summer dust along the street. Back then every day felt wide, like the whole world lived outside. Smaller somehow, branches hang much lower now. Someone fixed the garden gate, painted over names and dates. Still when warm wind moves the leaves, something in the silence breathes. Not the past I want to keep, just the part that still runs deep. The years move on, the shadows grow. Some old feelings stay below. That summer in the backyard, bare feet in the grass. Nothing waiting up ahead, nothing pulling from the past. Some days never really leave, they just learn a quieter way to be. That summer in the backyard, bare feet in the grass. Some days never really leave, they just learn a quieter way to be.
house is still before the rain. Soft gray light along the pane. One old coat behind the door hangs the way it did before. No one speaks your name out loud. Still it moves beneath the quiet, like a river under stone. There even when I'm alone. For months the silence felt too wide. Every room had nowhere to hide. Now it comes a little near, not as empty, not as clear. Some things leave and change the air. Some stay softly everywhere. Maybe a loss grows quiet too, when the heart makes room for you. The night can hold what words cannot. The stillness keeps what time forgot. In the quiet you remain, like the earth after the rain. Not a voice and not a sign, just a warmth I still can find somewhere under all that's gone. Something gentle carries on. Morning settles on the floor. Light moves slowly toward the door. Nothing brings the past back through. Still the room remembers you. And in the quiet you remain, like the earth after the rain. Somewhere under all that's gone, something gentle carries on.
The road runs pale beneath the dawn. A low gray sky keeps moving on. One suitcase rests against the sea. Dust from home still on my feet. The town falls quiet in the glass. Fence posts rise and slowly pass. No one knows the place I'll find, only what I leave behind. At home the kettle starts at 8. Someone still will close the gate. The maple leans across the yard. The porch light flickers in the dark. Maybe leaving does not mean cutting clean from where we've been. Maybe every road we take carries something we can't shake. The farther out the morning goes, the more the heart remembers what it knows. Keep some of home in every mile, in the old songs, in the little signs. Let the road change what it can. Let the rest stay in your hands. You can leave and still belong. You can carry home alone. his ways of keeping its name. Keep some of home in every mile, in the old songs, in the little signs. You can leave and still belong. You can carry home alone. Turned 42 last Tuesday night. No candles, just the porch light. Tea went cold beside my chair, warm wind moving through my hair. Used to count the years ahead like steps I had to climb somehow. Now the numbers come and go, and I don't chase them like before. There are mornings I still wake with too much running through my head. Things I should have done by now, words I should have left unsaid. And the sparrows fill the hedge. Sun comes through the maple leaves, and the day becomes much smaller in the best way it can be. Years keep moving fast and slow. Somewhere in them I let go. No finish line, no perfect age. Just another cup of coffee and another turning page. Growing older, growing calm, learning I don't need it all. Wind shakes apples from the tree. One rolls gently down to me. Nothing hurries it along. Still it ends up where it falls. No finish line, no perfect age. Growing older, growing calm, learning I don't need it all. The road is pale beneath the moon. Cornfields sleeping morning soon. One old station fades behind. Static glow across the line. For years I thought I had to know what was waiting down the road. Now the dark feels wide and kind, like there's room to change my mind. Some towns vanish in the rain, some return without a name. A river bends beside the trees, silver under midnight leaves. Maybe meaning comes like this, in the things we almost miss. Not a sign and not a plan, just a road beneath your hand. The farther on the night goes through, the less I need the world to prove. nothing waiting to be found. Still there's wonder all around. Roadside wonder, passing slow in the places no one knows. Maybe life is not ahead, maybe it is where you are. The road is pale beneath the moon, feels like dark beyond the room. A paper map is folded thin, with half the town still circled in. No one waiting down the line, no great reason, no clear sign. Just the tires and evening air, and a little room to wander there. Somewhere past the county road, the stars come out above the pines. Every mile makes less of sense of all the plans I carried then. Maybe faith is not a flame, maybe doubt can ride the same. Maybe both can share the seat while the road runs under me. The night stays wide, the road stays true. Even when I don't know what to do, till the sky feels near. Ooh, drive until the noise grows clear. No need to know where all this ends, no need to call the dark a friend. Just leave a little room tonight for doubt and wonder side by side. Nothing answered, nothing still, but the road keeps opening wide, and that is enough for me tonight. Drive until the sky feels near. The key still turns the way it did underneath the porch roof drip. One small lamp beside the stairs, dust in the evening in the air. Years ago this place felt short, like the world began at this door. Now I stand here asking why some homes stay when people change. There were prayers around this table, spoken low when we were able. Words for mercy, words for rain, words to carry fear and pain. Some I lost along the years, some still rise when night comes near. Maybe faith is not what stays, maybe it is what we make. The rooms grow dark, the windows shine, all belief and home entwined. There's still a I cannot stay. Not a promise, not a sign, just a warmth I recognize. Home may leave its walls behind. Faith may change and still be mine. There's still a light in the hallway, even when I cannot stay. Home may leave its walls behind. Faith may change and still be mine. The ferry horn crossed the bay, low and blue through evening gray. Coffee cooled between my hands, gulls went turning toward the land. All day long I'd felt divided, half at peace and half unsure. Then the water opened wider and I stopped needing the shore. Somewhere past the harbor lights, darkness gathered soft and wide. Nothing in me had been settled, still the noise began to slide. Maybe rest is not an ending, maybe calm can travel too. Like the tide beneath the moonlight, always moving, always true. The shoreline thinned behind the rain, and every thought grew less afraid. Out beyond the harbor where the water meets the night, I can carry all this restless and still be doing alright. Peace can move beneath the surface without ever standing still. One small light along the deck shook and steadied with the swell. For the first time in a long while, motion felt like being well. Out beyond the harbor where the water meets the night, out beyond the harbor where the water meets the night, peace can move beneath the surface without ever standing still. The room looks strange without your coat, one bare hook beside the door. Morning light comes through the blinds and lays in pieces on the floor. For weeks I tried to understand what the leaving left behind, but every answer changed its shape before it settled in summer green. Rain came early through the trees. Some things ended without words, some grew clear by degrees. Maybe meaning isn't found in making every sorrow fit. Maybe life can still be whole without explaining all of it. The wind moves on, the branches bend. Not everything must have an end. There is meaning in the missing, in the days that keep beginning. Not a reason, not a sign, just a life still asking time. Some things leave and still remain, like the earth after the rain. Evening settles on the street, cool and quiet at my feet. Nothing saw, but something